Mic check. Can y'all hear us? So the three people is here. Mic check.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
If the sound is good, can y'all give us a 1?
Oh man. Look at Naya. Mic check.
Naya back there asleep.
If y'all can hear us, give us a 1, please.
One, two. Mic check. If you can hear us, if y'all can hear us, give us a 1 real quick before we start talking. Yes, these are some good points.
Alright.
Miss Graceful Edwards, hey, shalom.
Hello, shalom.
Jay's Life Out Loud. Shalom.
So y'all can hear us.
They said, did they say here?
Oh, well, Jay's Life Out Loud gave us the
Stepping Stone. Mambo VP family.
Mambo VP for
Stepping Stones to home.
Shalom back, Yisrael. Shalom, salama.
I guess it sounds good. Peace and blessings.
We both.
Peace and blessings. I pray all is well. My mother-in-law just relocated to Tanzania. Wow, who's your mother-in-law? I wonder if you know her.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Did she come alone?
Well, yeah.
Shalom. Mariah.
Shalom, Maria.
Maria. Oh,
He has an extra YC on
my
it.
bad. Y'all saw my high school.
Iman. I don't think I know her, but if you want, you can have her send us an email. We can connect with her. She's by herself, obviously. Okay.
That's bold. How long has she been here? She liking it?
It says it's going in and out with the sound. All right, hold on, y'all. All right, hold on, y'all. Give us 1 second.
Technical difficulty. Sound cutting in and out. Sound too low, no sound.
How's
Alright,
that?
y'all. Give us a second.
Mic check. Mic check.
Is the
Mic check. Mic check. Yeah, that sound better.
what about the what you call
That's the Wi-Fi.
it? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we all good. If the sound cuts out, just let us know, cause y'all know how YouTube be acting in these live stream streets. Be acting foolish sometimes. All right, cool. So he said she's been there for 3 months. She's a retired chef. Oh, you know what? I think I do know her. Does she go by Hattie too? Or maybe I'm thinking about somebody else.
He said, "Welcome to Africa," right?
Much better. Okay. All right.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
So yeah.
Karibu, y'all. Welcome back to T3 and Me. Another live stream. It's been a few weeks, a few days since we've been on here live together. But welcome back.
Yeah.
We thank y'all for tuning in. We thank y'all for patiently waiting. We thank y'all for giving us a little bit of y'all time. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We don't take it lightly that y'all take the time to watch what we talk about and watch, you know, a glimpse into our life, and we appreciate it. Karibu.
AK 40. Dang, you got a whole bunch of AKs. But yeah, so as y'all can see, the title of this live stream is called Keys to Repatriating Successfully. So dang, when I hear that word, I think about that lady from the Bluetooth. The Chinese lady.
The Bluetooth is connected unsuccessfully.
Why they got her on there, y'all? But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about how to repatriate successfully because, man, I'm just seeing so many, not so many, but just hearing stories of people who have had to leave for whatever reason. Um, just like people wanting more information, just all sorts of things. So we just like, look, it's time for us to just do another video because we've done some in the past, but I know some people don't like to go look at older videos. So we're gonna do another video on how to repatriate to Africa and more specifically Tanzania successfully. The things you need to do, the mindsets you need to have, your finances, budget, all that stuff. We're gonna cover that. So everyone is fully prepared and so that everyone can be in charge of their own destiny. And the first thing is first, like if the Most High didn't tell you to come, then that's number one for me. What about you?
Yeah, that's number one for me too.
Yeah, that's number one because if the Most High told you to come to Africa, whether it's to Tanzania or somewhere else, then you're probably gonna have a completely different experience than someone who's just coming for like a trend, or it's the new fad, or it's the thing to do, or they think they're gonna come over here and be a YouTuber. Your experience will probably be a lot more positive. If you're going because you're going for a mission, because you have a purpose and a vision behind where you're going. So that's a disclaimer to put that out there first.
Yeah, it's I know YouTube from the videos, the way that a lot of us put these videos together, and the way that we're gifted to tell our stories and give y'all a glimpse into our lives. It seems like it's just this easy, beautiful place, but like we always tell y'all, it's work, and it's not as easy as it looks, and this is big. It's bigger than YouTube. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that can't be put and can't be shown on YouTube, and that's just the real and reality of everything. But you just have to know, like, some of us are just gifted at putting these stories together. Nobody's, begging or telling anybody to come anywhere. We're just giving you a glimpse into our lives. It's a gift. It should be an honor to be able to look into someone's life and get a glimpse at how they do it. Like, no one is saying this is how it should go. This is the way that your life is gonna be. This is not everybody's road is different. We all have different lanes that we take. This is just one of the avenues. You can't just follow what you see people doing on YouTube because everybody's journey is a lot different.
And everybody that's on YouTube is not on there with good intentions. Some people are on YouTube to clout chase. Some people are on YouTube to make money. Some people are on YouTube as a business, which is fine, but it's just, you just have to look at people's intentions and be discerning when you're following people online. I've been hearing stories about, man, just all sorts of things. So basically this video it should give you our perspective on what we've seen and what we've done to be successful on the continent, going on a year and a half now. Just about almost
a year and a half.
Almost a year and a half now, in 2 different countries, Rwanda and Tanzania. So, eat the meat, spit out the bones, take it with a grain of salt. Like he said, everybody's experience is different, but we can still give you like the general tips and the general steps to take to be successful. So, let's see. We got a list, y'all. Grateful One says, Shalom, everyone and family. Shalom.
Karibu, welcome. Welcome to Teaching Me.
So, overstand this first part. As the first generation of returning diaspora, this is uncharted territory. We're basically like the first generation who came back to Africa in mass droves. Before, you have like sprinkles here and there, people that would come here and there. Marcus Garvey tried to do it at the beginning of the century, it didn't work. So we're really like the first generation of diasporans who are coming to Africa. So things are not going to be easy. Like when you're in uncharted territory, rough terrain, you can just expect for things to be very challenging. you can expect for you to have to jump over a lot of hurdles to get to from point A to point Z. So just keep that in mind. When you're coming to Africa, like, yes, things are going to be a lot different. There's going to be a lot of hurdles that you're going to have to get over with immigration, with the culture, like just the food, right. the language. Like, there's so many different things that are being thrown at you that I think some people don't take that into consideration before moving. They're just thinking, oh, Africa, we romanticize Africa. Africa is this beautiful place, which it is. It's a land of our origin, and we think about the ancient dynasties and the pyramids and Africa being this great civilization, which it was and still is. But at the same time, we have to remember colonization happened, and Africa isn't the glory that it used to be. So when you're coming over here, keep in mind that you're coming to a developing nation in most cases. Yeah. You're not going to find a lot of the conveniences here. Most of them, I would say like 90% of those things. And so we understood that before we came. And some people, I think they're expecting to be able to get a lot of these things when they come here. Or maybe they don't expect to get certain things. Maybe they're thinking like, oh, they have this. They at least have this. They at least have they at least probably don't have it.
Yeah. And we like understanding what developing really means. Like, man, this place is still developing. It's like maybe maybe a few, I wouldn't say one, a few fast food places. And that's not even a thing here. It's like very limited, and that's only in a particular part of town. So fast food really isn't even a thing here. I know some people come over here and they got sidetracked by that. Like, there's no McDonald's, no Burger King, no anything like that. No. Like, that type of stuff is not here yet. It won't be, I don't think. Not in a mass drove like it is over there.
A lot of the stuff don't need to be here, though. Like, a lot of the stuff we're used to in the West, honestly, like, we can do without it, and it's probably detrimental to our growth as a nation anyway. Yeah. So, a lot of things we got to just learn to let go. Like, just not going to be here.
Yeah, you really, man, coming to a developing country, you got to have, like, a certain mindset. You got to understand, like, you letting go a lot of things. You have to let go of a lot of stuff and realize, like, you can't murmur about what you used to have or what you used to have access to. Like, that'll mess your mind up.
That'll just make you miserable. Like, literally the whole time you're here. Like, if you're expecting America and its conveniences and how, like, man, I didn't realize how spoiled we were until I came here. Like, having hot water is like a luxury here. Like, in your bathroom, in your house, literally having hot water is a luxury. Having a standing toilet is a luxury here. Most of the locals, they use the squatter toilets. I'm not gonna say most, but a good majority of them use the squatter toilets. And so
water go out sometimes.
Yeah, the electricity, you're not guaranteed to always have electricity. You can go, like my brother and sister, you can go buy a load of groceries and put it in your fridge, and then the power will go out like 20 minutes later. And so that can be very frustrating. And if you're the type of person that can't just go with the flow and like brush things off and like take it on your chin, you're gonna be frustrated. Like off the rip, you're gonna be frustrated because those things happen quite frequently. Like, and
it's a part of it.
I don't know, like, why people have the notion that these things aren't happening, because people talk about it all the time on YouTube. I know we knew that coming here. We were like, we know like the electricity is not stable. Man. We didn't know about the hot water, but
we learned.
We knew about like a lot of the other things like that were going on in these countries. Just from like listening to different YouTubers. We used to listen to the African Superstar, Black, Go Black to Africa, Lady Visionary, the Nomads, Dr. Harnett. Who else? Some of the other ones, Black Sit. So we kind of knew like, oh, okay, like it be some stuff going on. Like that's probably like
you might not have power.
Yeah. Like the internet might not be that good. So these are things to keep in mind. Like if you're someone that easily is frustrated, Africa is probably not somewhere you want to be right now. Maybe in a couple of years when it's more developed, but it's the wilderness, like, to be perfectly honest. Like, yes, like, it's beautiful. It does, like, in certain cities, like in Dar es Salaam, you do have, like, more things than other places, but it's still not like the West at all.
Yeah, at all.
At all.
At all.
Yeah.
And, it looks good, like my wife just said. It's romanticized. It's beautiful. Don't get us wrong, but it's not the conveniences that we're accustomed to, and it's gonna be a big. You gotta have a strong mind and a strong will to overcome those pulls and those wants that you're accustomed to, because it's just not here. And if you don't learn how to overcome that, you're gonna try to find other reasons to dictate why you don't like the place or why you want to leave the place.
Or if it is here, sorry, it's super expensive. Like, or it's like more expensive than what you're used to. Like, if you're eating Oreos or like Lay's chips or Doritos, like you're gonna spend more money than you would in the States here. And that's like you can spend like the Oreos. It was like how much? Like, well, I know like a box of cereal is like 30,000 t-shillings, which is like almost like $14 for a regular box of cereal. So if you come over here eating like that all the time and not like, if you like cereal, you can eat their porridge. It's called uji, and you can get that for less than $1, a big bag of it. So it's like certain things that you're gonna have to be willing to compromise on and let go of.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was you saying?
I forgot.
My bad. I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, it's a good thing that those things are overpriced, because a lot of that stuff isn't good for us anyway. As melanated people, we don't need to be eating a lot of that stuff. It's not even real food, and some of the cereal is not even real food. So, yeah. Alkeemeline said Mambo Dada. Mambo. All right. So yeah, that's like understanding that is first and foremost. Is just like it's gonna be completely different.
And the second one is budget. You gotta make sure you don't live above your means. Like you can't try and live in places or do things that you're not accustomed to doing, that you're not supposed to be doing if you don't have a steady flow of income coming in. Like you have to have the mental capacity to say like, okay, I'm not gonna overstep my boundaries. I know a lot of us coming over here, we get in vacation mode. And it's kind of hard to snap out of vacation mode when everything seems like it's so cheap, but it adds up pretty quick. If you don't have something else coming in some sort of way, like it's gonna add up and it's gonna knock you off guard and it's gonna mess you up in some areas, and it'll have you trying to blame it on other things and other people and not accepting responsibility, knowing you should have been living within your means instead of trying to do things that you're not supposed to be doing, or trying to have too much fun. We all want to have fun here and there, but it's you have to live within your means if you want to make this thing sustainable. If you don't have anything coming in, be strategic with the moves that you make.
Yeah. And I'll add to that, like you said, like budgeting is like crucial to being successful here. Um, like even though you can get a house like for like $400, $500, like a nice house, if you're only getting like $600 or $700 in income coming in each month, that house is probably too expensive for you. You might want to look at a smaller house that's just as nice. Maybe it's just smaller, and it's maybe like a little bit off the beaten path. The roads maybe kind of messed up, but you probably can get that house for like $250, $300. So then you're freeing up a lot more income for you to be able to use to travel. If you want to like go to the beach or whatever you want to do with yourself or you and your family.
Yeah.
You can't come here looking at someone else and being like, oh, I'm gonna live like that, if that's not within your means. Like even with us, like you may see like, oh, their house was only $350. I want to get a house like that, but you might not be able to afford that, even though that's super cheap. Like you have to just live within your means. And just start really like looking at how the locals live and trying to, if you're coming on a smaller budget, trying to emulate that. Like for example, most of the diaspora here, we take bajajis around or Ubers, or if people have a car, they'll drive their car. Now, if you're taking a Uber from like, say you're in Tegeta and you're going to the mall or you're going to Shoppers, you're spending like, in a bajaji, you can spend like $10,000, T shillings, 10 to 15,000 T shillings if you're going like from Tegeta all the way down to like Masaki or Mikoshini area, and that's one way and then back. So you're spending like 20, 30,000 T shillings. That's like $10 to $15. If you're doing that each day, that's gonna add up over time. Like you're gonna get over to be spending like over probably like $200 for the month just on transportation. Now you can take the local bus for 500 T shillings, which is like a quarter. So it's like some things you have to be willing to like do without, you know, like if you're here for the long term, if you're not just coming to visit or if you're not just coming just to like explore, if you're actually planning on staying here, like you're gonna have to tighten up your budget like quite a bit. You know, you're gonna have to learn to do those things. Like, yes, it's not as convenient to take the bus. Of course, it's easier to just have the Uber outside. You jump in the Uber and you ride around, you know, because that's what we're used to. But like I said, coming here, it just has to be a different mindset. Now, if you're someone you're bringing in $1,000, $2,000 a month, you can afford to take the Ubers. Like you can Uber around, you can go out to eat. Cause I always run into diaspora when we be out eating. You know, sometimes or like if we're having meetings, I always see people out and about. You know, but we like to frequent the local spots as well. So like at a local spot, you can get a meal. Like me and him can get a meal in T3 for like 9,000 T shillings, like chicken, rice, beans, and chicha, which is spinach, which is like $4 and some change. And we can eat that. That'll be one. Yeah, and we may have leftovers. Who knows? Just depends on how much they put on the plate. You know, so it's like it's definitely doable. Now, if you go to a restaurant, you could spend like so we spent 9,000 on one meal at a local spot. If we go to a restaurant and get probably that same thing, we're spending like 15,000 T shillings a plate. So that's already 30,000. That's almost over three times the amount of going to a local spot. So when you just start thinking about these things, like yes, it's cheap, you know, compared to what we're used to. Like if you go to a restaurant, you get a whole nice fresh meal, organic food for like $11, $12. That's reasonable. But here, when the shilling, if you're getting money in T shillings, that's gonna be too expensive for you in the long run. Like you can maybe be able to sustain yourself for the first couple of months, but then you're on month 4, 5, 6, 7. You're looking around like, dang, like my money, I'm down to like my last $100, $200. You know.
Yeah.
So these are just some things we've seen and noticed. So definitely have your budget together and be willing to drop a lot of the conveniences that you're used to in the West until you get to a point where you can sustain yourself to live like that. Yeah. Yeah. What was the next one?
Number 4. We did 3 already.
We can talk about the last part. The last sentence.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, well, just to piggyback on a little bit of what was mentioned already, this is the wilderness. Like, this is going to be a place of, you know, it's going to be some challenging times. It's going to be some challenging moments where you have to dig deep and have as a man. You have to put on your big boy drawers and your big girl panties and overcome some things, some mental things and some spiritual things. There's some things over here that's going to, like, test you and see if it's really worth you coming over here. This stuff is not like, it's not a cakewalk. It's you know, when you come in to build something and you pioneering something and you're part of developing something, you don't think it's gonna be hard. You starting from the ground up. Like it's there has to be challenges for you to see if you're worthy of making it to the top. You worthy of making it to the promised land. Worthy of making it to where we're supposed to be going. So if you can't overcome some small challenges, like anything that comes our way, we know we already have the mindset, but the mindset, like it's not gonna kill us. It didn't kill us. If it didn't kill me, I can keep going. What's the point of running away from it or trying to run from it? We have to endure.
Which is fine though. Like if that's what you want to do, you know, you feel like you need to leave, that's cool. But for those who want to stay and be here long term, then this video is for you. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just expect and anticipate for there to be roadblocks and for things to not always go your way. Yeah, you have your plan A, but also have plan B, C, and D. Like have backup plans, like just in case things don't go exactly the way that you anticipated. Um, Thank you. We woke now. Great information.
Thank you.
Thanks for the honest assessment. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, just expect and anticipate for things to go wrong here and there because they do go wrong. Like we don't always have a great day. Sometimes we have bad days, and so
And no, we're not gonna show our bad days. That's not what the platform is for. The
I
platform,
will talk about it.
Yeah, I'll give you insight and tell you about it, but I'm not gonna display it on the platform that's supposed to promote positivity, that was built on positivity, that grew because of positivity.
A lot of y'all like to feed into negativity all day long. All y'all do is post negative videos all day long. Yes, it's good to give the real, but being real and complaining and trying to cause division is two different things. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand the difference between it. Yeah. Like, if you're going to talk about something negative, then you should also talk about solutions to solve the problem, not just, oh, this happened. Okay, yes, we understand that that's a problem. So, like, what are you doing to help change the situation besides just talking about it and blaming other people for things that they can't control? I can't control if someone scam, like you got scammed. And that's another topic. I guess that's a good segue into one of the other topics is the whole consultation controversy. I would say most people agree with the consultations and they appreciate them because it's nothing like getting insight from people who are on the ground who can like give you the real and like the up-to-date information. Now, some people choose to do consultation and they maybe not listen to everything that's being said, or maybe they don't ask certain questions and they don't get certain answers. I don't know. But if you are doing a consultation with somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you contact information of people that they've used that are trustworthy, that can help you with maybe setting up a business or getting permits, residency, getting a ride from the airport, getting a driver, a data. And so these are people that have been tried and tested by other people. So these are the people that you probably want to use. You probably don't want to go venture out on your own or venture out to someone that you may don't really know or don't just met them out in passing. Like, oh, you another diasporan? Like, yeah, I got this contact of this person. They do this, and then you be surprised when things go wrong. That's one of the good things of booking a consultation because okay, I can vouch for this person. Like, I know this is how much they charge me. So if you're getting overcharged, I know, but you charge this person that. So then you know an average price for things already. So, I mean, those are the benefits. Not saying that you have to. You can literally do your own research. You can look on Google for most of the information. And the information that you don't have, you can probably email somebody or look through YouTube videos and find the information that you don't need, really. But some people prefer to get a consultation. So if you don't want to get a consultation, don't get one. It's just really just simple. I saw one person do a video people shouldn't charge for consultations. So you're supposed to sit and talk to thousands of people all day long for free. How you gonna feed yourself?
That's true.
I could see if people are charging $300, $400. That's crazy, but people are charging an average between $30 and $60 for 30 minutes to an hour information. That's not a lot of money. That's a good investment to save you a lot of headaches down the road, and to save you potentially a lot of money that you could be losing if you go, do it on your own. You might run into a lot of hurdles and obstacles. So yeah.
And the consultations, they're good, but don't let that be the only form of research that you do, or
yes,
or the only thing that you do, because there's still information that you can find on your own that you should go and look up to have the concrete answers to if you have any questions, because there's only so much that we can give you and so much information that we can give you about your particular situation, but you would have to go and get because everybody don't tell. Of course, you won't tell us everything or tell a person you're doing a consultation with every.
You don't have enough time.
Yeah, right.
You literally don't have enough time.
Yeah, so there are some things that you would have to do on your own as well. So don't just bank on the consultation.
Yeah, if you're basing a whole country move off of 30 to 60 minutes worth of talking to someone, that's not a good strategy to have,
Yeah.
like at all. Like there's no way you can get a full, thorough grasp and understanding of what you need to do to be successful in 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes, you know. And a lot of the time it's spent you talking, you telling me about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes sometimes people don't even be wanting to ask questions, they just be wanting to talk. Like to be honest, they just be like trying to kick
Man,
it,
yeah.
you know, which is fine. But yeah, like definitely don't let that be the only research that you do. With the business thing, that's another thing we want to touch on is budgeting for your business. Setting up your business is different from getting your permits. Another that's something different than setting up a business. So we were able to set up our business for around 1,200 USD. Now I've heard people who have paid $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to set up their business. That's them. You know, like I can only talk to you about what we did. And yes, some people probably went to lawyers who charged them. That's their fee. That's just like anywhere in America too. It's the same way. Like you may go to this person, they may charge you $5 for a body butter. You may go over here, they may charge you $20 for a body butter. It's up to you what you decide to pay. You know, so yeah, so you can expect to spend for if you use our contact, you can expect to spend around $1,300 for your business. Now your permits are going to be contingent upon which industry you're getting in. So you can go on the immigration website and look. The permits range anywhere from $500 to $3,500. So yes, you actually can set up your whole entire business for around a little bit over $2,000 if you're on the lower end of the permits. If you're getting a permit that's $500, if you're an artist, then yeah. But if you're someone who's going into a different industry, you're going to be spending more than that. You're going to be spending $3,500 per permit. You know, um, if you have a dependent, if you have a family or children, you can put them under your permit as a dependent. So you can decide how you want to do it, you know, but just be aware that you're gonna have to put out that money up front on the front end, so that you don't have to worry about leaving the country every 90 days. You know, unless that's something that you want to do. Some people like doing it; they like to travel, but I know like with all the COVID stuff and the things changing, some people prefer to not do it that way.
Yeah.
So.
Somebody asked a question. I don't mean to sound slow, but with the consultation, would I be able to get help filling out the visa form? I mean, nah, they don't. It's not slow, but yeah. If that's one of your questions,
Yeah.
then yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you don't need to do, Tanzania is a country that does visas on arrival, so you can actually fill that out. And it's actually, I recommend that you fill that out when you get to the airport, because if you do it online, you run the risk of not getting it back in time. You know, like if the internet goes down, or Tanzania is known for like you go to a government office, the internet is down that day, so you have to come back. So you don't want to take any chances. You might as well just wait till you get here and do it on arrival. That's my suggestion. So yeah. Smart Cookie said we need to hear the truth. All right, what's the next one?
There are culture differences. Some may take some getting used to. There will be culture differences.
A lot.
A lot. A lot. Like it goes back to mindset. You have to have that mindset to know, like, okay, this is going to be different. Like you may get mocked sometimes for not speaking their language. Like they may laugh at you in your face. You gotta be able to take that on the chin and not have an attitude and go about your day.
This man, wait, I gotta tell him the story. When he was on the boat, we was driving, we was out in the land, and he was driving a motorcycle in the sand. And I guess the motorcycle he was driving wasn't the tires aren't good for sand, so he kept falling, and he wound up his whole shoe got broken, came off. Man, the boda driver that was behind him watching everything, he was so weak, like. When he got back to his friends, he was talking about Tim so bad. I didn't understand everything he was saying, but I know he was like Rasta shoe, so I know he was talking about him. They was all cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
But we was a good sport about it, because it's like, you know, in America, like if you laugh at somebody, in their face, like they ready to fight you, but
Yeah.
like we like nah, like
Yeah.
it's okay. That's just what they do.
I used to be like that, but I realized I had to change because I was in a new culture. Like the culture is different, and you got to take some man before you react to a lot of these situations, these instances that you find yourself in. You got to really think about the situation and analyze what's going on because man, a lot of times we come over here still in survival mode and we like put ourselves in situations that we don't even have to put ourselves into just because we trying to survive and thinking that I have to protect myself when you really don't. Like, well, you do in some cases, yes, of course. You still may have to be on guard and guard your family and guard yourself. But for the most part here, like it's not that type of environment. And it's not that type of those type of interactions here. Like even if people running from across the street to try and break it up, get in the middle of it, see what's going on. Like if it's a car accident, like people are like everybody that saw it happen, like running up, like, okay, is everybody okay? How can we resolve this? What's going on?
But they ain't gonna take you to the hospital though. That's another thing. Like that's another cultural difference. Like in America,
Yeah.
like if you see somebody bleeding or like in some sort of distress, you want to be like, all right, come get in the car. I'll take you, rush you to the hospital. The folks is not taking you to the hospital because they can't afford it. So like if they take you to the hospital, basically whoever drops them off is responsible for paying for whatever treatment they need. So if, 9 times out of 10, like if you get into an accident or something on the road, like you're gonna have to call one of your friends or family members, or maybe you may stumble across a good Samaritan that day. But other than that, like we saw an accident today. The man was just laying underneath the car.
Man, I hope he's
And
okay.
everybody was just standing around on their phone. Like I guess they was trying to call like somebody. Like come get him. Like he needs. I don't mean to laugh.
I ain't trying to laugh.
It's just crazy. Like when you see it, you be like, dang. Like they ain't gonna take the man to the hospital.
Man, yeah. So things are different. So culturally, there'll be some adjustments, and have that in the forefront of your mind. Especially if you find yourself living with, if you find yourself living with the Tanzanian, if you find yourself in the same living space. There's different there's things that's different within the cultures that y'all gonna have to talk about and make sure that y'all have an understanding about because there's some things that may come up that y'all don't even understand each other and it could have been handled through communication. So just know that things are different. We handle situations different. We talk to each other differently. There are things that's different, and you would have to take your time and go like they say here, kidogo.
Yeah.
Don't rush it, man. Take your time and understand. You got to learn the culture before you start interacting so much. Like you got to take a step back and just learn.
You might get caught in Mzungu.
Yeah.
I got caught in Mzungu at the store the other day. I got pissed off. I was like, Hapana Mzungu. But
yeah,
like,
you gotta take it.
Like most of them are accepting of us, but there's still some that look at us as Mzungus because technically we are. Like in the Mzungu, from what I was told, it doesn't necessarily mean a white person. It just means someone that has a European view, a Western world view, which we do, because we was raised in the West. We have a Western view on things, so we do things a lot differently from them. Not everything, but a lot of things we do differently. Like for example, with Naya. Like how in America, like moms, like we're on this whole thing of like the babies need to go out, they need to get sun. Like if it's hot, like we let them like their little toes be out and their head be out because it's hot outside.
Man.
No. You better not bring Naya outside without no socks on, no hat on, a big blanket on her. Mind you, this is Dar es Salaam. Like, it's 90-something degrees usually, like at all times with the sun beaming. Like they... I see why they don't need an AC because they burn these babies up like from birth, like so they're used to heat. But I just be explaining to them like she's sweating, like she doesn't need all that on, but they be like Baridi, like ladies have literally pulled me to the side like as if I'm neglecting her, like Babas have gotten mad at me, talk bad to me, like.
Man,
but I don't get mad because I'm like, that's their culture. Like, they literally cover babies up. They don't think that babies should be out the house, like, before a certain time. They don't think, like, babies should ever have their feet out or their head out or, like, really any part of their body out besides, like, their little bitty face. Like, that's it.
Man.
So yeah.
They get me too. It takes some getting used to. I had one guy tell me, "You put your baby in danger." I'm like, "Man, no, I'm not. It's okay. Like she can, she can get some sunlight, bro. I'm taking her for a walk to get some fresh air, and as soon as we finish the walk, she's knocked out. I'm talking about sleeping cold, and they're telling me, "Hey, don't do that." I'm like, "It's working though, Baba." And that's the thing that you have to understand. Like, man, have some grace and realize like it's different cultures. They just want to show love.
And just like you think you're right, they think they're right too. So, you know, like sometimes you just have to come to a middle area or just tell them no.
I see like 2 questions.
Yeah, Kim 111484 said, have you got, well, first she asked about the land project. And then she said, have you guys dealt with scams from locals and expats?
Scams from locals or expats?
Personally, no. I have not been scammed since being here. Have I gotten charged too much for like a ride somewhere, or like if I'm at the market and I'm negotiating? Yes. Like I've gotten the Mzungu price. We know the prices now, so they're not getting off on us no more.
Man.
Like we used to pay like 20,000 t-shirts to go from our house to Shoppers. Now we know that it's only 8 to 10,000, and really that's still high. That's still too high. But you know, like they like, nah, bro, like y'all gonna pay at least 8 or 10. But like if Nima goes to Shoppers, she can go there for like 5,000 t-shillings. You know, man. So. Yeah, like as time goes on, you'll realize like what's a reasonable price for things, and then you'll stop getting overcharged for things.
And then we you know, fortunately for us, we come from a place where we have a lot of street sense, and we come from environments that teach us how to, you know, spot out scammers or people who trying to get over on us. So we kind of been blessed with discernment as well, and kind of, you know, maneuver against, away from those people. But they've tried to come our way, yeah. We have people that's within the diaspora that's tried to get us. We've had people that's local that's tried to get us. But you just have to have discernment and ask for that, you know, ask for that and have that so you can overcome that, because it's coming. It's developing. It's a developing nation. So there's people over here that doesn't have the right mindset too, and they're trying to take advantage. They think you coming over here as an American with a nice load of money in your pocket, so they see you as an opportunity, straight up. Like some people will just see you as a money bag and just try and suck you dry. Maybe maybe an Uber driver, you know. So you have to be strategic. You know, you have to have that discernment and have to know, like, you know, who am I dealing with? Is this person worthy of my time? Is this person worthy of someone that I should build with? Because some people will try to get you. I heard a few people got scammed.
Yeah, I've heard about scams. You know, like I've definitely heard like a couple of people say that the lollies have overcharged them. Like when we first got here, like it still is like a cultural thing for the lollies to get 1 month's rent. But they just came out with a new law where they're not supposed to get 1 month's rent unless they're signing a lease for a year. So, I mean, I don't know if that's going to change because, like I said, that's just a cultural thing that they do. Just like how, like, in some countries in Africa, they do, like, female genital mutilation. Even though it's illegal, they still do it. You know, like, wow. I know that's, like, an extreme analogy, but...
Whoa. You couldn't find nothing in between there.
Well, I'm just trying to show them, like, how, like, cultural things, like, it doesn't matter, like, how bad it is. Like, if it's extreme or not, like if that's their culture, they're gonna continue to do it.
Okay.
Like, so I don't know, like if y'all get here, just expect to pay like 1 month's rent, the lolly fee. That's just how it is here. But yeah, I've heard that some people have gotten overcharged. Like the landlord is renting the house maybe for like 400 USD, and the Delali tells them that it's 500, so they pocketed an extra like 200 or something thousand T-shillings. I've heard of that. Actually, our house, now that I think about it, when we got here, like we saw the house on Zoom Tanzania, and I think it was like, it was 800,000 T-shillings, and I think the landlord was trying to tell us that it was like 900,000 T-shillings.
Delali was.
Oh, Delali, yeah. And so I was like, no, I pointed at the price on the Zoom thing, and then she was like, they honored it, you know. So everything is also negotiable too, so keep that in mind. Like if you feel like you go somewhere, you can usually get that price down. you know, you can 9 times out of 10 you can get the price down, somewhat. You know, what I don't know how much but you'll be able to get the price down.
Yeah.
And I know some people were like wondering if things are like if like housing was more expensive. In certain areas, like houses are more expensive. Like you can find a house for like $1,000, $1,200. We did a house tour of a house that was like $1,200, $1,300. So, and we've also done house tours of houses that were like $400, and houses apartment that was like $200 and something dollars. So, it just depends. Like it all depends. It depends on a lot of different things. It depends on what area you're in, if the house is furnished or unfurnished, how the roads are. Does the house have ACs in it? Does it have appliances like a refrigerator and a stove? Because believe it or not, that's not standard in every single house. Is there a generator? Is there a hot water tank? Is there a water tank?
You got to pay for all that.
Yeah, is there a well outside for where you can get fresh water and not have to pay for the city water? So all these things can contribute to how much a house is priced. So it really fluctuates and ranges. Like I said, you can get starting from $200 all the way up to $1,500. You can find something. And also it may be location dependent. You know, like you may be a little bit further out, or you know, it just depends on a lot of different things. So whatever your budget is, you can find something in your budget. It might not be up to what, it might not be have everything that you're used to having from the West, but if you're someone that doesn't care about that and you still want to come to Africa, then that probably won't deter you. But if you're someone where you're like, no, like I know I can't live without XYZ, then you can expect to probably pay a little bit more to get everything that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next one, have a stream or streams of income. Like do whatever you can before you come to make sure you have some money flowing in. Or when you get over here, you find some niche to get into where you can make some money immediately. Because
you had that done before you get here.
yeah, preferably before you get here. You know, have something online or something where you can make some money. I know our sister and brother over at Journey with us, they have a couple videos where they give you insight and give you a few different websites that you can link up to and find ways to make money online.
And I know quite a few people who are doing that here who make money online. So you don't necessarily have to come and set up a business. You can work online. When, you know, maybe they give you a schedule or maybe you can make your own hours. But yeah, you can definitely work online, but you definitely need to have a stream of income coming in. You can't just come with savings. Or maybe you could do that for like a month or two, but you need to have some income coming in. Like,
yeah, something.
Yeah, even though it's cheap, it adds up. And like I said, over time, 4, 5, 6 months in, you realize like, dang, I'm down to my last $100. I'm down to my last $50. I'm down to my last dollar. You know.
Yep. The next one, have faith and hang around the right people with the right mindset. Africa is not for the faint of heart. That is so key. Like you can't be around people that just want to gossip and want to talk about people that's doing things and just not moving in any type of direction. Like there's so much work to be done out here. If y'all not getting together to talk about building or holding each other accountable or like, man, praying and fasting and edifying one another, like you really honestly wasting your time because we got a small window of opportunity over here. And if you're not around the right type of people doing the right type of stuff, you'll get talked out of your blessing. And you'll mess around and remove yourself from somewhere that you're supposed to be at to put yourself in a good position. Because we all got called over here for a reason. And it's not some,
I don't think they did because most of them told me, because I don't have amnesia, do you?
No, I don't.
We talked to a lot of people comment on our videos, people emailed us. The people that are here, they told us the Most High told them to come. They told us that they felt called to come here. So if that's your mission, not saying you can move wherever on the continent, but if you told us that the Most High told you to come here, then it would behoove you to do everything that you can do to stay on the continent if you were told to be here.
Yeah. If you were told. But it's gonna be tough. Like but you gotta have, it's important that you connect yourself with the right type of people. And you don't get yourself in a bad situation with the wrong type of people. Because a lot of people are still coming over here broken too. And you gotta know, bro, we can't come over here with that same negativity and spearing up that same doubt and fear and, spearing hate at each other. We can't be using it. How far do you think our platforms will go if we get on there talking about each other, bashing each other?
All day long.
Like this season is over with. No one is into that anymore. We're here about unifying and glorifying and putting each other in position to help.
Like, you would never get a mention on our channel. I wouldn't even dare send any attention your way. Like, period.
So, it's important that you get with the right people. We've seen so many people that, we've spoken with, and unfortunately they get connected with the wrong people and turn their back on us and start acting funny towards us. We've had to deal with those type of instances. So we already know.
All the YouTubers have.
Exactly.
Literally, like, man, like, y'all be harassing us, some of y'all, like, and it's sad.
Yeah.
But it's to be expected, though.
Yeah. So, we bend over backwards for people. We show love. We let people into our lives. And we give you a glimpse into what's possible. And, some people aren't grateful. Some people don't understand that principle. So we've learned. No hard feelings. Keep doing your thing. We did our part. You know what I mean? Shalom, peace. Good luck to you. Do what you're supposed to do. I hope all goes well. But, we did our part. That's all we can do. We never told anybody this is how. Like I said, we didn't give anybody a blueprint. We just gave y'all a glimpse into our life and give you what we know, connect you to the people that helped us.
Unless you did a consultation, then we gave you a blueprint.
Yeah. So, this is just, like I said, it's a privilege to be able to see what's going on in people's lives. So y'all should always take heed to that, because people don't have to do these videos. People could just really be over here and enjoy it for themselves.
And y'all have to look at it as like a media sort of thing. Like, this is like the YouTubers the YouTubers who were doing it from the jump. Not like, it's a whole bunch of YouTubers now who are just like doing it for like the trend and the fad of it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to Africa and be a vlogger, and they're not doing it with the right spirit, and they're making all sorts of crazy videos, not even just like telling their life stories. Like, they're literally like going above and beyond, like doing extra stuff. So, like, I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, basically,
YouTubers.
Yeah, people are showing you guys what was stolen from us and what we were lied to about. I know that was like a big reason why we started our channel. Like, when we got over here, we were like, what? Like, this is Africa? Like, I thought all the children had big stomachs and flies around them. So it's like, us and other YouTubers, like, we were able to show you guys, like, no, like, that's a lie. We were able to change the narrative. I think that's something that's lost in translation, because otherwise you would never have known what the continent was like. You would still be thinking like, oh, unless you were just like someone that travels a lot, which most of our people aren't. Like, let's just be honest, most of our people don't even have passports or didn't have passports prior to last year. So I give homage where homage is due. Like, all the YouTubers who came before us, who helped pave the way, like, I salute y'all. Thank y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. Don't let these, it's one thing for constructive criticism, but a lot of y'all just nasty, downright nasty and vile. And
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, like, y'all gonna get that same energy y'all putting out back to you. So
it's unfortunate.
That's all I gotta say. Like, I don't even let that stuff bother me. Like, it's laughable, because end of the day, like, you can't stop what the Most High is anointed. You can't stop the Exodus. You can't stop the Go Black to Africa movement. Like, you're not stopping nothing. You're not stopping nothing. We're going to still keep walking and still walking in our anointing and our calling as the others are. And you're just going to keep it moving.
That's it. Because it's supposed to keep going. This is what we were called to do. This is what we came over here to do, and this is what we're supposed to be doing. So, it's to be expected at this point. But hang around the right people, okay? That's very important.
Yes.
And keep the same energy that when you come on the plane, when you first get on that plane, you have this energy about yourself where it's like,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get to work. I can't wait to get there. Like, da da da. Keep that energy. Don't let people come here and get your ear. Oh, you see the mosquitoes. Oh, you see the roads. You see, I got charged an extra $5, extra $10 for this. Oh, I gotta leave the country every 90 days. But if you did your research, you knew all of this stuff. Like
Man.
you knew that you had to leave every 90 days. I think all the YouTubers talked about that. You know, the
Yep.
visa stuff and all that stuff. So it's like I don't understand why people get here and they get surprised or they're irritated or they're like, oh, I don't want to leave. But you knew that though.
Yeah.
Like I just truly just don't understand a lot of the things that people situations people find themselves in. Not saying I don't have empathy for them. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if that was something that was going to irritate you, then you shouldn't have came here. There's 53 other countries that don't. All of them don't require you to leave every 90 days.
Yeah.
Maybe Ghana probably was somewhere that may have been better suited, or Rwanda, or somewhere else. You know.
Yeah.
So find what suits you. That's another thing. Find what suits you. Even though like we talk about Tanzania, we love Tanzania. Tanzania is not for everybody.
Yeah, it's a tough country.
It's not for everybody. Like if you're someone that prefers a more easier way of life, if you're someone who doesn't want to come and set up a business, or if you're someone that doesn't have a stream of income coming in, then you're probably not going to do well here, because you have these restrictions. You have to leave every 90 days. You have to get permits in order to stay long term. Like that you have to do these things. So until like these things change or become improved, which they are changing. They changed the work permit situation. So like, how before you would get it renewed every 2 years. Now after the first renewal, you can get it renewed for 8 years. Once you're in the country for 8 years, then you can apply for citizenship. As it stands now, hopefully it'll change. But a lot of some of the situations people find themselves in is just, I guess they were coming here and they knew these things, but when they got into the reality of it, of actually having to do it, they were like, nah, bro, like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do maybe so, or like, where, like, how much is it to do this? How much is it to do that? So, it just showed me that there's a lack of research going into moving out here.
Yeah.
And like, we just got to do better as a people. Like, it's not no shade or nothing like that, but I know you can't know every single little thing, but you should know that you have to leave 90 days if you're on a multiple entry tourist visa.
Yeah, and I understand. We understand that there's a certain level of anxiety that comes with doing something, that anything that you have to do with the government here. But that's something that you have to get over. Like that's something that's not really a thing. Well, it's it's a thing here, but it's not the same feeling that you have to still hold on to when you're over here, when you have to go to immigration or do anything that's in the government office. I know it's kind of like forbidden territory for a lot of us, so you got to get over that fear and know that, man, I have to go in here and attack this and tackle this.
Yep. And I know some of the other people, they were complaining, like, well, not complaining, they were just saying that, like, at the immigration office, sometimes they don't give you a 90-day stamp. Like, yes, these things do happen. Like, you might go in there and somebody having a bad day, like, that day, like, I'm going to give you 30 days. Like, you're just going to have to go back down there after 30 days or talk to somebody else. It's a pay, I'm going to just say this, it's a pay to place, place. So, I just leave that right there. Yeah, if you only get 30 days, you may have to talk to somebody, or you may have to, if you have a lawyer, you may have to have them do it for you. There's ways around it. Like, do hiccups happen along the way? Do people find themselves in these situations? Sometimes, like, yes, but it doesn't happen all the time, and it's not the norm. Like, it does happen, yes, but it's not the norm. Like, it's never happened to us where we've gone to, like, leave for 90 days and we didn't get the 90 days. Actually, no, one time we got 60 days in Zanzibar.
Yeah.
But like I said, these things happen, like.
Take your
happens.
60 and
like,
go
I
back
just
to
only got 60, I'm going to have to leave extra 30 days earlier. Like, that's how I looked at it. Like, was it annoying? Yes. Is it something to, like, make me leave here? No. My mindset was always, when I come here, like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, I'm repatriating here, I'm not here for tourism. I'm not here
to look
for
cool.
a visit. I'm not here to pass on through the country. If that's what you're doing, that's fine. But I'm here to stay. So that wasn't going to deter me from staying here.
Yeah.
That wasn't drastic enough for me to leave.
Yeah. And y'all, if you're watching us, just know, I hope if you haven't figured it out at this point, My wife and I, we have a totally different mindset. Like we can deal with and overcome a lot of stuff. And
Right.
and we didn't come over here and doing YouTube for a fad. We didn't come over here to do YouTube for money. We came over here just giving y'all a glimpse in our story into our life. Like y'all getting a small glimpse into something to see like what's possible. And we're not the ones to complain. We're not the ones to have a woe is me party. We're not the ones to put any of our shortcomings or mistakes onto anybody. We're gonna take it on the chin, learn our lesson, and keep going. And this platform was never created to talk about that type of stuff or even to talk about Africa, period. So it won't ever turn into anything that's portraying negativity or putting anything or anyone in a negative light. So if I can talk, I'll give you my experience. I'll tell you what I learned from my experience, but I
The good,
wouldn't
the
dwell.
bad.
Yeah, the good, bad. If when I give you bad, I'm giving you the solution as well. That's the only way I'm gonna talk about it. So don't expect us to give you anything less than that or anything different from that. Like I said, it's a privilege to have access to someone's life. So take heed to that and know like this is a privilege for y'all to be able to see this type of stuff and have access to this type of stuff because it's foreign to all of us.
Thank you, Moral Charles, for the super chat.
Thank you more, Charles.
Yeah, it is foreign to us. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, like we're the first generation of diasporans here. Like we not gonna have it all figured out, y'all. Like we're showing you our journey as we go, and that's what most people are doing. They're showing you their journey as they go. There's gonna be hiccups along the way. Things are not gonna always go right. But like I said, that mindset of like if I came here, the Most High told me to come here, like I'm here, like I'm here. Like come what may, like I'm here. And yeah, that's just our mindset. And I'm sorry we don't like that. If you want us to be negative Nancy's all the time, no, that's not us. Like we never been like that. Always been like super friendly people, smiling all the time. Like that's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gotta be like that. You owe it to your children. If you got children watching you and you repatriating and you acting cowardly, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just call it like it is. We got a younger generation watching us. You gotta stand for something.
We can't let the next generation go like fighting for freedom. Like we gotta get this done now. Like we don't have time to be bickering back and forth on YouTube or in real life. Like we just don't have time for a lot of that nonsense. Like honestly, like
we got real work to do.
Man, like the whole world is ending. Like I'm just like, do people not understand what like literally the world is ending and falling apart like right before our eyes? People are dropping dead. There's like a hostile takeover of the entire world, and people are bickering on YouTube about nonsense. Like it baffles me. Like it's crazy. Like wow.
Yeah, we got to get our priorities in order, people. If you've been blessed with a platform, use it properly.
Please
use it properly. Be responsible, man. We're Africa CNN. Whatever country you're in, show us what your country about. Tell people what's going on in the country. Talk about what's going on over there.
Like, what y'all doing? Y'all building? Y'all got projects? What's up?
Let us know what's going on so we all can help each other and connect each other. Like, what are we still gossiping and talking about small talk for? It's 2022 now, almost. Like, come on now. We got children watching us. We got children.
3 years into a pandemic, y'all. Like, they ramping things up on us. Tightening the noose. Like,
come on,
we don't have a lot of time for a lot of nonsense. Like, yes. And I'm not the one to be with the nonsense at all. Like, I just, I'm just not. Mm-mm.
Get the envy out of your heart. Envy, jealousy. That stuff will kill you.
Man, literally, like, it'll spiritually and physically, like, from that.
It'll kill you.
And some of these YouTubers y'all messing with, they into witchcraft, they will do a spell on you. Like, not to scare nobody. I've heard them say it. Like, y'all better stop messing with everybody. Some people is crazy.
Man.
They don't care. They will take you up out of here.
So yeah, y'all, just be strategic. Just be wise with who you connect with. And man, be around some strong people because it's gonna take some strength to overcome what you gotta overcome over here in the motherland, specifically Tanzania.
Man, I feel like whenever we go live, we gotta like scold people. Like, oh Lord, y'all. Pastor Darby did it to us too, though, so it's all good. Yeah, and I guess one of the last points I'll make is try to find a community because it's hard to come to another country and be solo dolo. Like I know some people like they're like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
solo, I don't mess with nobody. That's cool. That's how you are. But I would say it's much easier to acclimate and to be happy here when you find your tribe. It don't even have to be a big group of people. It could just be like one other person or two or three other people or another couple, whatever, another family, two families. Find your tribe and your community here, so that you know, like when you're leaving everything you know behind most times, and so you're often longing for some sort of relationship with somebody. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. Just be somebody to talk to hang out with, to bounce ideas off each other, to call if you've gone through problems or whatever. So it's good to link up with people here who are like-minded, not people that are you meet and y'all gossip about people. Like that's not the type of people you want to hang out with. You know, like find somebody that's like spiritual, somebody that's grounded, someone that's in tune, someone that has a vision for their lives, like so that you can elevate, you can stay at a frequency that you need to be at, because there's a lot of low frequency individuals here who just came for a trend, who had no intentions of staying here. They were just like, I'm gonna go come and see what it's like, and then they try to down talk every single thing that other people are doing. Like, yeah, it's okay to give your constructive criticism, but it's not constructive criticism that's going on from what I see. So yeah, just find your tribe and just be discerning when you're linking up with people and everything like that. Be discerning and pray. I've learned, that's a big lesson I've learned here. Everybody is not who they say they are. People come and you meet their representative. Like 2-3 months into it, you like, yo, like what? Like
Man.
This is a demon, like actually. You know, so like definitely pray before you link up with people.
Man.
Like Tim and I are in a state now where like if we don't meet you, like run into you happenstance, or like it's not a genuine connection, we find that a lot of times those like those are like the best people that you form like good relationship with, like people that is like preordained for you to run into and to meet up with and to link up with. But yeah. And then, like, I know some people, they ran into the wrong people and they've gotten a bad taste of Tanzania, which is unfortunate. They ran into people who they thought were going to help them, other diasporans, and have gotten scammed or, like, have gotten overcharged for staying in their house and things like that. So, you know, it's sad. You know, those things do happen, but that's why it's good I don't know who all does consultations, but I know most of the people that run consultations are actually giving out good information and good contacts for you to link up with, so that you can avoid those type of situations. So yeah.
Yeah, look at if you do a consultation with someone, look at the person's fruit, man. You know, look at their channel, look at the overall message, look at the type of message that they're putting out. Are they spurring negativity, or are they spurring positivity? You have to take that in mind as well. Like some people will get you and mess your head up immediately. So
have you not telling people, like I've actually heard people telling people not to link up with like this person, don't attend their event. Yeah. Like that's why like that whole crabs in a barrel mentality, that Willie Lynch stuff, we gotta leave that alone, y'all. Like we literally have to leave that alone. Like that's why they were able to keep us in such a state for 400 years, because we always talking down on each other. We always find petty differences. We don't never want to reconcile anything. Like I've had to apologize here, y'all. I've been wrong. Like I've literally apologized to somebody the other day. Like sis, I didn't have that right. You know, I didn't go on YouTube and make a whole video about it. Like that's not productive. You know, and so we need to leave that whole Willie Lynch mentality and crab in the barrel. I'm watching everything you do. If you make one mistake, you know, like I'm blasting you. I'm trying to tear down your whole situation that you got going on. Like we need to stop doing that to each other. It's really sad. It's very, very sad.
Yeah, we too old for this. We got children watching. Just keep that in mind. We got children watching. Our children should be able to look at these platforms and draw back from it. I know that's what my children, that's the plan for my children. They're going to be able to look at the interviews and the content that was put out and be like, wow, I can pick something from this and take it to the next level.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta realize. Like this, I saw a brother. He called it digital real estate. Like you're giving people a glimpse into your life. Whatever type of message you put out, that's who you are. That's the type of person that you are. So people will notice certain things about you based off the content that you put out. You loving and caring and sweet? Are you generous? Or are you gentle? Or are you conniving, negative, backbiting? And you can tell based off the content that you put out. So it's very important that you do that properly. You have to do it properly.
Don't be stagnant.
Yeah.
Don't be stagnant, and don't be a hater. That's not good either. For anyone that's a hater, don't be that. Don't be that person. Love each other. Be happy. Clap when people are doing good. I love to see people doing good. Like our sis just had a book launch the other day. I was there rooting for her. Like, yes, it's like get your coins. Like, like do it. My other brother, they building parks here. Other people are doing projects in Tanzania. The lady, Renee, I don't know her personally. She's building a house. She built a house for expats to go to. People are doing things in Rwanda, like all over the continent. So like, I'm like, yes, like get to it. Like let's get to work. Let's just do things instead of talking about things and talking about people. That's not productive. That's not gonna build a nation. That's not gonna build a kingdom. That's not gonna do anything but keep us in the same state that we're in. And some people are okay staying where they're at, but I like to elevate. I like to strive for perfection. So
yeah, that's all you get from the Fords.
So I guess we're gonna answer some questions and then we're gonna get off here because yeah, let me see. Let me go back up to the top. Let's see. Doing Garvey TV said, once I finish my process with my paper in Tanzania, I will be sharing my story for the 4 years I've been coming there. But black people coming from America there don't know how to build black.
Say that again.
He said he been coming here for 4 years and the black people here don't know how to build black.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, we've been put under a deep, psychological whipping. So a lot of us are still broken in certain areas. I'll be honest, there's a pocket of us who are forming and having those conversations and moving towards doing those type of things. But for the most part, it's a struggle, man, because we've just been put into a bad situation as a people. So it's a lot of healing that has to take place before so many people can really get to that type of thinking. So many people not there yet because they still healing. They still holding on to anger and doubt and fear from other things that they've went through in their life. So they can't even think on that level yet. Some people literally like coming straight from the hood to Africa.
They still on milk. They ain't on meat yet.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like you don't need a large group of people to do. I mean, it would be nice, but honestly, like you don't need a large group of people to get a job done. If you just have a select few of like-minded people who are going to actually get the work and get the job done and hit the ground running, like you can get a lot accomplished.
Yeah.
Like even the Most High, he only had 12, and really in his inner circle, he only had 3. And they was able to touch the whole world. So, you'll find your tribe. Everybody's not here to do. Some people's just here. They retiring. Some people are here just to travel and make travel videos, and that's cool. But you'll find the people here that are here to build. You'll find those people.
Yeah.
All right. So, Al-Kiban Mashariki, do y'all agree that Africa is not for everyone?
At first, no, but now that I've been over here for a while and I've gotten to meet a lot of people. Unfortunately, I don't think so. It's not for everyone, because some people can't mentally adjust to what's going on over here. Like this is something that's like, it's not for somebody that's not mentally strong, man. You gotta be tough. You gotta be a tough individual to overcome a lot of this stuff over here. So some people just it's gonna be hard for them because they love what they used to so much. They haven't had the chance to detox from what they grew up in and their comfort zone, their norms. Some people just jump up because it's a fad and run over here. That's not how you should do it. If you feel an inkling, then yes, come. But make sure you detox. But I don't think everybody's supposed to come.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. LB said, "How's the postal services over there?" They're quite expensive. That's
Man.
actually why we are not shipping our products at the moment from here to
Anywhere.
yeah anywhere. We're just only doing business here.
But we're shipping the V steam
Well,
boxes.
yeah, besides the boxes, but like the products, because even like because they have DHL and FedEx here, you can ship stuff off, but it's starting off at like $70 for like a small package with DHL and FedEx. Now, if you use the local postal service, which is Posta, the smallest package starts off to ship at like $30 back to the U.S. and that's just for like a small package. So and it goes up from there. So if you have like a box, like a normal like Amazon size box or something, like you can spend like $100 or more on it to ship. So yeah, that's how the postal service is. Like I always tell people in the consultations, they be want to know if they should ship things over. I tell them no, like it'll be better. Like most of the stuff that you have in America, like appliances, furniture, all that type of stuff, you can get that here for the most part. And like must-haves or like things for your business, I suggest putting like in an extra suitcase and bringing it with you on the plane. That'll be actually probably cheaper than getting those things shipped here. So that's just my advice.
Good advice.
Lena La said it was great to meet the both of you in person. Thank you. Where did we meet at? Was it at the pop-up shop?
Thank you. You as well.
Yeah. Doing Garvey TV said, "Are you two only building with the Hebrew lights?"
Like, no, we're down to do
You got
business with
jokes.
anyone that's that follow a certain set of principles. If you're I don't really mess with people that play around. We don't really mess with people that play around. If you have your life structured a certain way and you're doing things properly and you're trying to move towards greatness and you're trying to, partner on something, definitely we'll talk about it. We'll deal with you know. You see Hebrew lights.
How are we? Is that T3? I don't know. I'm hearing stuff. I'm hearing children.
No.
Okay. How are we as Black people coming from America building together? I can't speak on everybody, but the projects that I know of in Tanzania that are going on at the moment is, our land project and the pop-ups that we're doing. Like I said, the lady has a repatriation house. Traveling sis, I think she's about to start doing documentaries, and I think the lady from her ex's house is doing like a bee farm or honey or something like that.
And I know one brother that's doing he's actually building a school, and another brother, Mark Meets Africa. What is
Community center,
Yeah,
and he helps the orphans.
Yeah.
Chev,
Yeah, he's the one that's building the school.
Yeah, he's building a school, and he helps the orphans as well. He goes and like cooks for them and stuff, and I think he actually got them a place to live. What else is going on here? So like there's things going on. Like don't get me wrong, not everybody's over here on BS. Like for real, it's a lot of people here who are doing a lot of good work here, but sometimes it becomes overshadowed by negativity because that's what people like. People feed into negativity and drama. That's why reality TV is so huge, because people like to see that. They prefer to see that than someone doing good. Like even our videos, we get more views on like controversial stuff than we do on someone's building a school, someone's doing this, someone's doing something positive. People want to go and watch the controversial stuff. Like that's just how people are by nature. Like y'all gotta be honest with yourself. So yeah, we're building doing Garvey TV. It's not a lot of people doing things, but it's people are doing things. Bat Yisrael said, "I'm not going to pick up my entire life to move just to move back."
Right.
And that's the goal. I understand like people run into unfortunate situations and they have to go back. Like that's on them. But that's why we're doing these videos so that you don't necessarily have to. You can come and be prepared.
Yeah. Try to give as much game as possible.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. How long? McNella Anderson said, "How long did it take you all to get your visas?" Like I said in the beginning, the visa you get on arrival, you can get it in like 20 minutes at the airport. The multiple entry tourist visa, that's what everyone gets from the diaspora when they get here. Let's see. Kenny Brooks wants to know, what would the people pay for a car detailing? Honestly, like
For $2?
10,000, 15. I'd say you probably, the most you could probably get away with was like 15,000 T-shillings, and that's for like inside and outside of the car. But I mean, I know that don't sound like a lot of money, but here it is. So like if you do like what, 5 cars a day, how much is that?
What? You said
15,000.
15,000.
That's like almost 80,000, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing that 5 days a week, you can make like almost like 500,000 T-shillings. That's more than enough for you to live off of for the month. You do that times 4. That's 2 million T-shillings for the month. So like, you know, you just gotta kind of like do the math and count the cost. Like, are you willing to, if that's the business that you're doing or planning on doing here, like, are you willing to take a pay cut?
Yeah.
Because if you're still wanting to get the USD here, then you probably don't want to open up a car detailing. Because we get our car detailed and washed for like 15,000 T-shillings. And now that I know that's the price, I probably wouldn't pay more for that. You know, just so that it's within our budget. You know. So yeah. Let's see. Kim11484 said, "My first time here, I got charged 10,000 for less than a 1 kilometer ride on a Bajaj." Yeah, they will try it. Like today, they try to overcharge us. We know, but like I said, we know the prices now, so we was like, nope,
Nah, bro.
we're not paying more than this. And he was like, all right. Like he was looking at us like, y'all gonna go for it?
Like, nah, a punter.
All right. Kim said, saw on a group, apparently the Delali lady Safina that was on Mr. Go Black is known for scamming. You want me to talk about it?
Go ahead.
I've heard that she was scamming. So the Delali we recommend is Good Luck. So that's the only person that I recommend is Delali. I don't recommend anybody else but him. So if y'all know if Delali that's scamming, tell the people here so that they can be aware.
Yeah.
Bantu Kingdom said, "I noticed most expats are not getting their own cars as in the U.S. Besides not knowing the layout of the land, why do most patronize boater pickup long term? Would it not be cost effective to own?" Yes, that's what. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Like I was saying earlier, like if you don't have a car, it can be very expensive to take Ubers around the city. So you know, like if you're not planning on getting a car because you don't want to drive here, then a more cost-effective alternative is to take the buses. They call them $dollars. You can get on them for Miatano, which is like a quarter in USD, and that's very, very cost-effective. But most of the diaspora, they don't want to do that because the buses are crowded and they may not, you know, be comfortable on there, you know, maybe because they don't know the language or they feel like they're just scared to try something unknown. They probably didn't ride the bus in America. They're like, I'm not riding the bus here. So I wouldn't mind riding the bus. I used to take the bus all the time, but I'm from a big city, New York. You know, we take the bus, the train, like that's normal for us. But some people come from places where they are used to driving, and so that can be intimidating for them. So that's also something to take into consideration is traveling too. Like all that can add up. $4 here, $4 there each day, here and back. You got to make a couple of stops. Like you can spend like $20, $30 on transportation each day. Yeah.
Add up quickly.
Yeah, if you're not somebody that would just want to sit in the house and chill, you want to be out and about, like you're going to be spending some money on transport depending on where you stay. So, yep. Let's see. We Woke Now said, I really appreciate hearing this. I'll do all I can to sow regularly into you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Kim 111484. Anywhere else you'd rather be in Tanzania besides Dar? I'm more drawn to smaller towns and communities, more rural. In Dar, there are like smaller, more rural areas like Bunju, Mwingi. Like if you start going out towards Bagamoyo, or if you go the other way towards Kigamboni, it's more rural out there.
Yeah.
So they have those places in Dar. I actually told him, like, if we move from here, I want to go a little bit further out in the country, probably like to Bunju or like a little bit further out that way. So yeah, there's other places here. We planning on visiting like Arusha, Mwanza, Tanga, Morogoro, all that stuff soon.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to like really start exploring Tanzania. Now that I've had a baby, I'm ready to go.
Go see some.
Yes, I've been pregnant like the majority of the time of us being here.
Poorly.
Yes. RBTV said, I'm happy you two are making it happen and moving forward. You two are the only two have seen to have gotten your papers in Tanzania. Thank you. The 534 journey, any jobs for carpenters on the continent? Oh, talking to one, right?
Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of opportunity for carpentry here. But there's carpenters here. There's a lot of them here already.
Yeah.
But
A
there's
lot
still
of
opportunity, yeah. That's a big market here.
Yeah. So maybe you can find ways to improve upon, like, since there's so many carpenters here, maybe you can find different ways to improve upon the carpentry here. Like maybe that y'all use, I don't know what type of carpentry tools they use here, but a lot of them are just working on like basic tools, which is, I mean, the art and state of the art tools, making that into a business. Just a thought. Or you can still be a carpenter, because I mean, even if there's 10,000 carpenters, no one's. Al-Kibalan said Tanzania is not for everybody. Nope, it's not.
Nope.
Just like Rwanda wasn't for us to live. I would love to go there to visit and to like have an extended stay, but it wasn't the place for us to live. That's nothing against Rwanda, but it just wasn't for us. Yermi Yahoo said, I have a question, and so I know that Tanzania, Kenya, and the country that I am moving to where I got land at Zambia, have this, if you can prove your citizenship by DNA, is that available there at Tanzania? Okay, I got what you're saying. As of now, on paper, no. You can't get citizenship if you prove that you're Tanzanian. Unexposed Experiences said, can you just get a 5-year multiple entry and not have to renew every 90 days, but just leave and come back?
Nope. Unfortunately, that's not an option. Not at the moment.
So I think you misunderstood it a little bit. How the multiple entry visa works is that you're not necessarily renewing it every 90 days because it's the same multiple entry tourist visa that you have for the whole year. But the stipulation on that is that you have to leave the country for at least 24 hours and come back in and get a stamp. So you're not technically like having to like reapply for a new visa. It's the same visa, you just have to get it stamped again, if that makes sense. Sama said, we love y'all. Y'all the real ones. Africa is not meant for everyone. Thank you. Love y'all
Thank
too.
you. Love y'all too.
Kim said, trade work here won't pay anywhere near what you get paid in America or Canada unless you're running the business. Yes. That's why we always say, like, y'all don't come here trying to find a job. Because for one, according to like their culture, if a Tanzania is qualified for a job, they're gonna get the job before you will, which is only right.
Yeah.
So it's better to have your work online or have some sort of stream of income coming in, or else to set up a business here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or find a way to make like whatever industry that you're in better here.
Add value.
Add
to
value.
things.
Yep.
Use the natural stuff of the land and turn it into products, goods, services. We Woke Now said, it's unfortunate how so many are majoring in the minors. Man, you said a word right there.
Man, very unfortunate. But hopefully they get it before it's too late, man.
2DK said some people they're not even in Tanzania, but when they are here, but when they hear anything negative about Tanzania, they go to the channels to talk shit. Why? You have to ask them because that baffles me too. Like I said that today, I'm like, half these folks not even here. They got so much to say. Like, ooh, I knew they was doing this. How? You a psychic? You know how to teleport? You can fly on brooms? How you know what's going on?
We got children watching, y'all.
Man.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Always.
sorry, I didn't mean to say that curse word, but that's what he's typing,
No.
so it just kind of slipped out.
That's my response to those type of people. I want them to know that their children are watching them. Mm-hmm. Like you putting the energy to your children.
Mm-hmm. Yermi Yahuda Ben Israel said, only the chosen are called to leave. A lot of people tell me that I'm following the Flee Babylon teaching and I just pay them no mind, I just laugh. Yep.
Exactly.
Yermi Yahoo said, there's a thing inside this nation of Israel, and I'm not talking about those who don't call themselves Israelites. Those in this nation who don't want to see us make it in Africa.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
It be your own people. It's really sad. You already dealing with white people and the pandemic and racism and all sorts of things and trauma and molestation, and then you got to deal with more nonsense from your fellow people who claim they follow the same voice that you heard, but they're doing the exact opposite. So
yeah.
Juliski said, too many YouTubers come to Tanzania and then leave Tanzania and goes on YouTube just to complain. So off-putting.
Yeah, man. If you you can't use these platforms to complain, bro. That age is over. That day and time is over. People don't want to see that anymore. Mm-mm. That's not what we here for. That's not what we came to this continent to do. They've already seen the bad. They know it's bad. They are drawn to the new and the love and the light. I don't know if y'all noticed yet, but you just gotta keep it real with people. You know, and I know bad experiences happen, and I understand that. And that's a part of this whole journey. Like we keep saying, you're gonna have bad experiences, but just dwelling in negativity and still like making a series about negativity. Come on now.
Your whole channel is about negativity.
Come on now.
And
we gotta do better.
It's like, yeah, you may have people that comment. You may have a small following who comment, and that's like the same. It's like the same crowd of negative people. They just find channels that are negative and leave negative comments. It's the same people. Like if you look at it, it's the same group of people. So I mean, it's to be expected. Like when you're walking, what she said? Oh,
African superstar said you're a loser. What she say?
Damn.
What she say?
I don't even remember. She said a lot. But yeah, like, you know, like I said, you get what you put out in the world. Like, you surround yourself with negative people. They're only waiting for you to do something so they can talk about you too. Like, yep. Man, I wanted to say something when Remy might be saying, "Are you stupid? Are you dumb?" Like, nah, but yeah, like, man, they're just waiting on the opportunity for you to do something so they can talk about you too. It's not no love. It's not no loyalty from those type of people. So just be careful, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kim said, I really like how you guys don't focus on negative. It's so good and peaceful.
Thank you. Asante Sana. Asante Sana.
As I said, Memorandum 46, keep Black Americans and Africans divided. Yep, that's always been their goal. Their goal has been to depopulate us. Like, that's actually like the mission that's been written down for their policies in Africa is they call it population control. But we know what it is genocide, you know, and that's what we're up against. And that's what, man, that's like the bigger goal to me than a lot of the pettiness that be going on in the YouTube
real
streets.
Life
like,
problems, bro.
It's real life stuff going on right out here.
We done ran for our lives over here. And you gonna sit over here and gossip about somebody who trying to make some money on their platform. Come on now.
Gossiping about a consultation that you don't have to pay for. Like, nobody put a gun to your head and said, take this consultation. No, you did. Like, what?
Man, don't forget you ran for your life now. And you gonna come over here and start acting like
And
that?
then like they don't ever come with receipts. Like so I'm just like, what's going on? Like let us see. Like if people is really not saying that people aren't doing it, but I'm just saying like who is it?
Don't follow
Man,
YouTubers.
who is it?
Don't just follow us.
Cause I'm like, shoot, the people that I be talking to, I know they giving now. Joyce McKelvey said, I believe it has to be a spiritual thing. Gotta hear a call from the Most High. Absolutely. Yes. Juleski said, I agree with you at 2DK. They definitely do it for views. Yep. That's what it is. They doing, trying to get
Just
views.
for clout.
Yep. I just said, what are your thoughts on Ghana mandating those death shots that they received 85 billion from Europe?
I think the people ain't gonna let it happen. That's what I think.
And some international political body over there, excuse me, they basically like condemned what they were doing, and like I guess they're gonna try to like get some sort of lawsuit started or something. So I think it'll change, and if it doesn't change, I just think it'll probably be one of the lone countries that do that. I don't see like the entire continent doing that at all. There's not really no way for them to be able. Y'all watch our last live. We talk about how Africa lacks the infrastructure and the technology to even mandate something like that. There's no way they would be able to keep up with people. Some people don't even have birth certificates who were born in the village. They don't know what day they were born. They don't have smartphones, so there's no way for them to keep up with jabbing every single person.
Yeah.
So, and there's no way for them to even get to some of these remote places. There may not be a road there. You may have to get out and walk. Like them government officials is not getting out and walking back there with their Range Rovers and their cars. Like, no. Our new Genesis YT said, my concern is the visa situation. What exactly is your concern with the visa situation? Juliski said there's another African American in Tanzania that has 12 Bajaji businesses in Tanzania. I think his YouTube is the African Times.
That's what's up.
Okay, that's what's up. I never heard of him.
That's what's up. 12 guys. He came over here and got to it.
Tara said, I'm scheduled to repatriate January 2023. I wish your family much success. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alright. Kim 111484 said, in the West there are issues, but Africa there's also issues that need to be addressed. The corruption and greed, lack of opportunities for local Africans is sad what the African leaders are doing.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is unfortunate, man.
That's what
it hurt to see.
Yeah.
That's why we're here to help each other.
That's why we're here to help, to shine a light on what needs to be done and like get to work. McNella said, how is it with administrative work and businesses in Tanzania? Can you be a little bit more specific, please? But yeah, Joyce McKelvey said still a stiff neck people. Yeah, some of them.
Man, unfortunately, that's the reality for some of our people.
Yeah.
But it's okay. There's some people out here that keep it real and they'll get it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so I guess that was it for the most part. So that's basically like, I'm sure there's other things we could talk about. We could sit on here for hours and talk about repatriating successfully, but I would say those are like the key points to keep in mind and to thoroughly research when you're doing your research and when you're having your consultations. These are some of the questions you want to ask or to get more clarity on if you're not. Every person's situation is going to be unique to them depending on their family size, their budget, their income, their mindset. No one's journey is going to be the same. Just because someone failed don't mean that you will. Just because you succeeded don't mean that the next person will. All you can do is just provide them people with the tools, and then they have to build the structure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are the master of your own destiny.
You are the master of your own.
Be careful what well you draw water from. Be careful of who you follow and who you take information from, and who you link yourself up with, because it's more than just physical, it's also spiritual. And a lot of times people can't see the spiritual implications behind the things that they're doing,
Yep.
the people that they're linking up with.
Yep.
So yeah, that was it, y'all.
Be strategic.
Yeah.
And know who's coming over. Know everyone is coming over. Not everybody who say they Israel or say that they come with the right mindset is not here with the right mindset. Look at the people fruit. Some people just try and come around because they think they can get something from you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our people are still stiff-necked and not trying to do things for themselves. And some people try to jump into your lane as well. You have to be ready for that too. Some people are just. It's not gonna be a smooth ride. Just reiterate that. I'll just keep hitting that home. It won't be a smooth ride. It's gonna be some.
And anticipate that.
Yes, like it's not gonna be pretty.
But nothing is pretty. Like when you're constructing something, like it's always messy. Like it's always like dust, nails laying around. Like y'all ever seen a construction site? Like it look crazy until you see the finished product and you're like, wow, like this was so beautiful. But like you had to go through jamming a nail in your finger. You had to wear like a mask to keep the dust out. You had to redo something because it didn't fit properly. Maybe the wood was messed up. You had to sand it down again. The process of building is never beautiful when you're in it. So let's keep that in mind as well. Like as we're building our nation here and as we're returning as the first generation, like it's going to be it's going to be challenges. It's going to be challenges. Expect that. Like I said before, like if you're someone that doesn't do well with the unknown and who doesn't do well with things not going their way and someone who doesn't know how to budget properly, like you probably don't need to come just yet. And definitely, number one, do not come if you were not called to come. Yeah. That's first and foremost. But if you got that call to come, like most of y'all said y'all did, then these are the steps that you will need to be successful.
Yeah. And if you think you're just doing this because you saw some YouTubers make it look cool, snap out of it.
It's not a trend. This is your life. Like, don't play with your life like that.
Snap out of it.
Don't play with your life like that.
Yeah, don't follow us because it look cool and you get over here and get around us and see that we serious people. And we're not really playing. We're not really joking. We're not really gossiping. We're not really out here playing around. Like, I think some people came around us and was expecting that as well. Like they thought, oh, they cool. They make nice videos. We can link with them and get it done. We serious people. Like we came over here to get work done. And if you're not getting work done, the land will spit you out. We've been shown, the word says it, scripture has stated it several times. If you come over here playing around, not handling your business like you're supposed to, you're going to put yourself in a sticky situation. And we have children watching us. We have children watching us. Two.
We can't afford to play like.
Yeah.
It's not only us that we are providing and looking out for. We have two innocent children that we have to provide for. We don't have a lot of time to be involved in a whole lot of nonsense. Yeah. And foolishness. Like these are grown people older than us. Like people that's old enough to be our mothers and grandmothers are acting like this. Our aunties and uncles.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah. Y'all take this video and build upon it. Don't let a consultation be your only verification on something. Mm-hmm. Double, triple check.
Please.
Get multiple opinions, So, yeah.
If you made it this far, thank you. We appreciate it. If you watch this on playback, hit the subscribe button. And we appreciate you all for tuning in and giving us y'all time and just sharing y'all time with us. We don't take it lightly. We appreciate it. And if you're awake right now, I don't know what time it is.
It's almost midnight.
In America?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, it's almost midnight here, so we're about to head to bed. But whatever you're about to do, have a good day. I hope everything is prosperous. And shalom.